Hey guys, today I am going to be showing you 10 tips that I wish I knew when I started off playing Grounded. So first I'm going to start off with all of the ant queens. Find the recipes for the black and red ant queen to infect them, because if you can infect these ant queens first, you will not only see the benefits that you get behind their door once you are able to infect the Fire Ant Queen after New Game Plus 2, since only after New Game Plus 2 does the Fire Ant Queen's recipe spawn for the infected version. Once that happens, go ahead, infect the Fire Ant Queen, go into New Game Plus 3, feed her the moldy hoagie, and then in New Game Plus 3 you can make Globasa necklaces. So I will now show you what is the benefits of infecting the ant queens. Alright, and now I am going to show you what happens when you feed the infected ant queen. So I have already fed the other two, so that means that I will be getting the third tier of rewards. As you'll see in the top right, I have now unlocked the Globasa necklace. Have a look at all these rewards. You have sturdy quartzite, infused ooze. Only infused ooze starts spawning in the New Game Plus. My suggestion would be get to New Game Plus 1, and from there you can go ahead and you can go in there and get infused ooze and science cones. Now I'm going to be moving on to tip 2. The second tip I am going to be going over is going to be make sure that you build your base near, so like it doesn't have to be this close, but near enough to a field station, so then especially when you're in a new game. Plus you can go ahead and any science cones that you may have that you need to get rid of, you can just come over to ASL terminal and undupe them. Now moving on to tip 3, you should peep every creature you see. So the reason why is going to be that when you peep a creature, you get to see their weaknesses and resistances. And then, you know, once you reach the point that I'm at, where you have a bunch of creature cards, you can just be like, oh, okay, I'm about to fight the Broodmother. And you're like, oh, she's weak to spicy. So if you're in, like, New Game Plus, let's say, 2, and you have a weapon that you can turn into a spicy variant, do it, because it will help out a ton. Now on to tip 4. You should practice perfect parrying with tier 1 creatures. Just like this. You can practice. On to tip 4.5. You should try practicing perfect parrying against a wolf spider for when you fight Broodmother, since these two have very similar attack patterns, including this, and that. Those are the main attack patterns known by the Broodmother. Use them to your advantage, and this will soon be the Broodmother. On to tip 5. You should always, from the start of when you start Grounded, be collecting quartzite and marble rocks. So then that way, you can then use them to upgrade your stuff a lot easier because you will have a lot more of them in your storage. When upgrading something, always check to see if the bulky or the sleek option is better. Is it going to be better for you to have that more defense or durability, or is there a build somewhere out there and grounded that might need that extra effect that the sleek build gives you? So, in my opinion, always have a look out for builds that may need you to have that sleek option. In late game, you should always check to see if the weapon that you are using has a build along with it. So for me, I checked to see if the Acid Edge has a build along with it, and I found out that these are the pieces of armor that I needed, and this was the trinket that I needed. Tip number 8. Never stop collecting the candy shards, especially once you reach New Game Plus 4. As you can see, I have 4 Clubs of the Mother Demon, all with different types of effects. Now, these effects cost a lot of globs. So what you will need to look out for is that weapon going to be worth the globs for the meantime? So you should always be collecting this stuff so that when you need to get another weapon implanted with that same thing, you will have enough of that candy for it. For tip number 9, you should look at maxing out all the needed mutations for whatever you might need them for. So for example, Parry Master. That is very useful for one of the builds that I'm using right now. And then I have a bunch of other mutations that are either maxed out or close to being maxed out that are needed. And as you can see, I have some mutations that I haven't even unlocked yet because I don't need them. So only focus on the mutations that you need, unless you are trying to go for 100%, of course, then definitely go ahead and get all the mutations. And lastly, but also finally, tip 10, you should make a sap farm as early as possible. My suggestion is to make it near the Great Oak Tree, so then you can just come down here, collect a bunch of the sap, and come back in a day to 3. And just keep collecting it over and over, since you will need a bunch for creating a bunch of fiber bandages in the higher New Game Pluses, considering the fact that you can now make a bunch of healing and healing over time using the bandages. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please, if you enjoyed this, check out some of my other videos too. They are very helpful and should definitely give more info on Grounded as a whole if you need it. I am definitely working on adding more videos to my collection. It will just take a little bit since I am only starting up as a new YouTuber. So I hope you guys like the future videos in this one. Have a good day.